Meghalaya Tourism Development Forum MTDF lingba ki noilam jongka haka laipo tere ujemmang arja arpusan kilapen pau ka jing sokia lor ka jing tho dak wei kalat pathai kubor ka bakenno bagi lum khasi gidei ki badan jing ma tang namar ka jing jas new bok bajar ngai sijor ki nawan jongok kai haka than sora uba larsing em sawian ulaong bakum gani ka Jingkynnoh kadai ka ba omla ban pediang satya bat kadai tang ka kam Pynthoh-Bria ya ka jella ka balan nang kio haka kam jongok kai prathai Kumban sukdo bakadai ke jingja ke basngo kiai baki sijor ki badang dap ya thoa ka khatwai tarik ujembang arja arpusan ha indoor ke jela Madhya Pradesh kinja rangai no ha ke jingwan kai honeymoon saki thain sora nado ka arpulai tarik ujembang arja arpusan bat ye ki bahayeng jengki ha ka sa not bat umdum Kini ki sijur uraja Raghuvanshi laipos nam karta bat kalok jong u kasonam hadien ke jia tho kila jiet ya ka Meghalaya kum ke jaka wan kai honeymoon namar ke jingdan jangka ya ki jaka jongok kai perthai ki ksat bat kamaryang Andre haka arpulai trek jemmang arja arpusan ki bahyeng kimyo shu banpun ya ki bat ka skuti ke bagi semwai lalap najan ke Golden Pines Dawa hasora ringkat usabi Andre ya ki sijur pan sham lalap shu
On behalf of the tourism fraternity of Meghalaya with regard to the unfortunate incident or situation that has happened wherein a couple who have visited the Sora Cherrapunji Nongrim area have been found missing for the last few days. Now, while we really pray and hope that nothing untoward has happened, it is really captured the mindscape of all the people in Meghalaya that all of a sudden two people have disappeared, which generally doesn't happen. As we know, Meghalaya is a state that is growing as a tourism destination, especially in the last 10 years and more so in the last 5 years. And the areas towards Cherrapunji, Sora, Dauki and the entire areas of the South Khasi Hills is an area which is growing rapidly, and rural tourism is now really in the fore of the Meghalaya's tourism growth story. In fact, of late, people who come to Meghalaya prefer to go to these areas more than even coming to Shillong. And this is the reality with which we are in today. This, in a way, is a game changer for the rural economy of Meghalaya. And the people of the Khasi Hills, the people of Meghalaya have embraced tourism because we see it as an opportunity for our population, for our local people to garner employment and a source of livelihood from this exercise. So it is with deep regret that till date the two couple have not been found yet, and we hope that with the search operations we really hope that they will be found and they'll be safe and sound. However, we would like to turn our attention to a very unfortunate article that has come out in one of the national dailies yesterday, wherein our hills have been branded as crime prone. Now this is a very serious statement to make, because it insinuates that Meghalaya or the Khasi Hills is an area prone to crime, which is highly misleading and condemnable. We all know that we are a peace-loving society, and our local communities here, we believe in welcoming tourists, and never has there been any incident with relate to crime or any sort of untoward incidents as far as visitors coming to Meghalaya are concerned. This statement presents Meghalaya in a very unfortunate circumstance, and we take this opportunity to request the publication, the news network that has carried this article, to kindly clarify this particular statement that they've made, because such statements will have far-reaching consequences towards the development of tourism or the confidence-building measures of inviting more people to come and visit Meghalaya. As we all know, in the very, very recent few months, we have had major international events happening in Meghalaya. The Meghalaya growth story has been fairly significant. We've had the Cherry Blossom Festival where international artists like Acorn have come and performed. We've had a concert in December where the world famous international musician Brian Adams has performed. We've had another concert where a very, very young singing sensation of the world today, Ed Sheeran, has performed. Also, in the last 1 month, we had cricket legend Sachin Tendulkar come and spend 5 to 6 days in our beautiful hills, visit various villages, interact with the children, interact with the people, and leave with very, very pleasant memories. In the background of all these great and good positive happenings, we request the publication to kindly issue a corrigendum and clarify to the fact that Shillong, Meghalaya and our hills are not crime prone. It is a statement that we regret thoroughly, and we also would like to impress upon the fact that today, in these days, the northeast of India is growing economically as a region of development. We are in a critical phase in the Indian growth story where the economic integration of Northeast India with Southeast Asia and the rest of mainland India is highly, highly critical for the nation's growth and for the integration of our great nation. We are also aware that in the recent times we have had international skirmishes towards the western side of this country, where the unfortunate incident that happened in Kashmir shattered the lives of 26 families. It broke the hearts of 1.4 billion Indians. But what it also did was cripple the economy of that region. And we know that forces inimical to the nation's growth are also working towards destabilizing our nation at a time when we have overtaken Japan as the third largest country in the world in terms of GDP. The northeastern growth story has begun, and it is moving forward and it is rising, and it is this time that we request the national media to be very responsible in how you report stories that come out of the northeast. We are ready to accept the criticism that we deserve. We are ready to raise our hands if there's anything that needs to be rectified. However, untruths being sent out into the national media and printed out for the readership of the larger part of the rest of the country are things that we cannot afford as a region, we cannot afford as a nation, and therefore we take this opportunity to request the national media to kindly not only sensationalize stories that are not very positive. Definitely do not sensationalize news that is untrue. But please understand that we want news that is genuine to also flow out of this part of the country. And we take this opportunity to request the national media to kindly look at the Northeast from every angle possible, be transparent with your news dissemination, and let us all work together to take Meghalaya forward, to take the Northeast forward in the right direction, especially in these times where we have nations towards our south with establishments and governments not been very favorable of late, sending out statements to other nations on our north about how we can, in a way, destabilize the northeastern part of India. So we take this opportunity as the Meghalaya Tourism Development Forum to work with Meghalaya, work with the northeast, work with the people of northeast, work with the people of Meghalaya in growing our economy and taking our great region and our great nation forward.
Habatin, pej bahagi kishap, kashap plus F.
Ka plus F?
Hakabam bangibam dunaki eki batay kamet. Namar kata habathiru atau khau kamlu ka umpnyang kadut pej ya kashap plus F hakajingsom. Yaki nutrient kumki vitamin bat ka ayan la icon diat bat ka bathau bha kam khta I ka dur jingki marbam ka jingma lani ka rukom shed yaki.
Balehi banai kita.
Kadon ka we ka jing mentoy ba kongsan. Ka kot ka khia. Ka nutrition ba khambha ka jing im ba khambha pendon kam daki marba modon ka sharp plus F menta kasni.
Lawan Ra Shafi Lingba ko office jong Commissionerate of Food Safety Meghalaya.